Hey there gang, welcome back to Papa's Model Workshop. I'm Papa, this is my workshop. So this is going to be another Papa's Quick Hits video. And for those of you who have not been following along, I'm working on a 1934 Duesenberg. All right, this is it right here. Okay, there we go. We got it in frame now. Classic Duesenberg monogram, 1/24th scale. That's what we're working on here. And if you have been watching, you may recall that I had an issue right up in here with a giant hair. All right. And I had to sand that out and then reshoot it. And you really can't see any remnants of that hair being there. Okay. If I take this pointer and come down just a little bit, you see that. Do you know what that is? That's a glue mark. All right. And that's not it. I got another one down here, okay, and another one over here. So I have a total of 3 glue marks that got on this roof. So let's see, without getting mad and throwing this across the room, how we can address that. So first thing I'm going to do is take a swig of coffee so I can get my energy up and my mojo and all of that. And then let's see if we can get to work on this, okay? Just as a reminder for those of you, again, who have not tuned in, I am going with an ivory white color and a metallic purple red color, okay? And, you know, I had somebody who wrote into me recently and pointed out correctly, okay, that the Duesenberg did not come in this color top unless it was a special order. And I think it was Wallace. I'm not sure. But anyway, he's absolutely correct. He pointed out that the Duesenberg came in a tan color top and a black. I'm not sure if he said white or not, but the point he was trying to get to is that on the Duesenberg, it didn't really come in a color like this. So, 2 things. Number one, and I think I've mentioned this in the past, sometimes it's kind of fun when you're doing your build to make up little stories about what it is that you're working on, okay? So maybe, you know, my little story in my mind that this was some aristocrat that drove around and this person liked to have things done just his way, so he did special order his Duesenberg in these colors. And you know, that's the bottom line to this. Never forget that this is supposed to be enjoyable. It's supposed to be fun, and a little enhancement to that can be you know, making up little stories of you know, where your build may have been used or driven or whatever have you. And, you know, as you go through your build, you can, you know, enhance that story. Just something to help make it a little bit more fun and enjoyable, I guess. So I'll tell you what. Let's see what we can do about this, all right? Oh, and the second point I wanted to illustrate, because I said 2 points and I only gave you 1. The second point is, and this is the most important one of all, is this is your model, okay? This is your build, and you can build it any way that you want, all right? And this is the color scheme that I wanted, and you know, so that's what I went with. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to take this top. I'm going to dip a sanding stick into some water, all right? And I'm going to see, let me get these things out of the way here. All right, there we go. And I'm going to see if we can work on those glue marks, okay? And this is a 2000 sanding stick, as I mentioned. And this is done in a Kaleido acrylic. And I'm looking for my cloth, and I can't find it. Where is my cloth? Hang on 1 second. Okay, I've got my cloth. Okay. Usually, you know, I wear my work apron, and my work apron has 2 big pouches in the front, and I usually keep this cloth right in the front pouch, but I'm not wearing my apron today. So I had to go search out where the apron was so I could find my microfiber cloths. And by the way, I got those microfiber cloths on Amazon in case you're interested. Okay, and it seems like we're starting to get there with this. Okay. We're starting to get there, but it's not quite getting it to where I want it to be. So what I am going to do is I think I'm going to drop all the way down to like 800. Hang on one second. Okay, I found my 800 sanding stick. Okay. Usually I have everything laid out right in front of me. But today is Saturday. And for those of you who follow me on a regular basis, you know, Saturday the grandchildren are here. And my one grandson is autistic, and, you know, we don't want him getting hurt. And what he does is he actually climbs up here and takes things. So I have to put everything away before he arrives. So that's kind of why things are not really in their usual spot, and I'm scrambling to find things. However, that is my fault, because I should have, in anticipation of doing this video, had this stuff laid out. So in the end, that's my fault. All right, let's see if we can smooth that out. How's your weekend going? Is everybody's weekend going okay? My weekend is off to a good start. You know why? Because I'm sitting down here in the workshop with all of you. And now this one here appears to be coming along rather nicely. This one here is still sticking up a little bit. And what I would suggest is, you know, take this and look at it at different angles, okay? Because, you know, when you look at it head on, sometimes it looks okay. But when you turn it and look at it from a side view, you can see just a tiny, tiny little bit sticking up still. And, you know, so we've mentioned this in other videos where I have said it's important not to just simply look, but you have to see, all right? And there's a difference. And the difference is, looking is just holding it up, taking a glance at it, and setting it down. Seeing is looking at it and really examining it for a couple of seconds, all right? And that's the difference. All right, so make sure that when you look, you actually see. All right. All right. I think we're starting to get this one's okay. This one's okay. This one just needs a little bit more work here. All right. So I'm dipping my sanding stick into the water. I keep a big thing of water right over here. See? And I always keep this water over here on my right, so I can just dip in my sanding stick. Okay. Now we're burning through here, all right? And remember, this was primered in black. So we are burning through. I'm not too concerned about this because when I shoot this with the airbrush, we're going to hopefully make a nice smooth finish once again. Okay, so I'll tell you what, let's head over to the paint booth and we will shoot this and see what we can get. Okay, gang, we're over here at the paint booth. Okay, and we have our roof all set and ready to go. I'm going to be going with my Aventus airbrush with the 0.4 needle in it. And I am running it at 22 PSI, all right? And here's our color right there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so these Kaleido paints really don't require any thinner or anything. It's ready to use, or RTU. I've gone over that with you in the past. All right, so I just poured that paint right in as you saw me do. Now, if I'm doing something like a car body where I'm going to be painting for a little while, sometimes I will add a drop or two of the retarder medium in here, and I will mix that up, and it just helps the paint flow just a tiny bit more. But more importantly, it helps prevent tip dry. All right, and if you get tip dry, then your paint begins to sputter and spit, and it'll ruin your day. Okay, so see here, test shot first. Okay, and that looks like it's, well, wait a minute, well, that's not going. Okay, gang, we're back. Okay, so I did have a little bit of a problem here when I did my test shot. That's why it's important to do a test shot before you go right to your build. And when I did the test shot, I wasn't getting anything, which surprised me because I had cleaned this out rather thoroughly upon the last use. So I was a little confused why it wasn't shooting. You know what it was? Right in here. Okay, hang on one second, guys. I shouldn't say guys. There's a lot of ladies who do this. So I'm sorry about that. Folks, I'll use that word. Okay, you see this? Here's your chuck needle right here. Not chuck needle, chuck nut right here. This wasn't seated properly. And when I loosened it up, I could feel the needle lurch forward. So something wasn't seated properly. And then once that lurched forward, I tested it and everything is working just fine. So I think it was the way I put this back together from the last cleaning that was the problem. Okay, so Papa was a dunderhead. Okay, did I show you this on the other side? I think I have. They even put my own name right on the airbrush. That's pretty cool, isn't it? All right, so I'll tell you what, let's try this again. All right, we'll put our paint right in here. All right, and let's give that a test shot again. And we are shooting, okay? So we're in good shape. Let's bring this back, okay? And let's see if we can get going on this, all right? I've mentioned this in the past, particularly with acrylic paints, which Kaleido is. I don't pull this trigger all the way back, all right? I put on a very light mist coat. I'm gonna pull back maybe about a quarter of the way to start, all right? And then as I build my paint up, I will pull the trigger back a little bit more, and I wanna build my layers, okay? So let's give this a shot. And I hope this is showing up on camera okay, because I'm standing behind the camera, but I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking around the camera at this roof. So I am hoping that this is coming out okay. All right. See where I am? I'm about that far back. Okay. So I'm not blasting this. And that looks like it's coming out pretty nice. All right. Back looks okay. All right, I think we're in good shape here. Okay, so let's pause this while I throw this in the dehydrator. Okay, gang, we're fresh out of the dehydrator, and here is our repainted roof for our Duesenberg. And this is where the glue marks were. Okay, right up in here. I think we had one there, or was it there? I don't know. Yeah, no. It was down here, I think. So we had 1, 2, and then we had a third one up here. All right, and yeah, not too shabby. So the point of this whole thing is, you know, boo-boos happen. Sometimes it's your fault. Sometimes it's just circumstances. And as we mentioned in the other video, don't get upset. There's always a solution and a way to deal with things. So that's what we did. We went in with an 800 sanding stick. We wet sanded this, and I did go up to 3000 on this, okay, and smoothed it out. I don't think I did that on camera. So you don't want to leave it just at 800. I did jump up to 2,000 and then 3,000 to smooth everything out. And then you saw me shoot it in the paint booth. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for this Papa's Quick Hits. So thanks for tuning in again, and I will see you in the next video.